welcome to Spider Project tutorial. In today's session, we're going to cover some key aspects of how to work with resources in Spider Project. We have our 1 kilometer road construction as a project example here, where all the phases, activities and dependencies have already been set up. So now to get access to the resource management elements, you can either go via main window, go into resources or assignments area. Alternatively, if we go back to the activity Gantt, you can get access to resource management elements via the icons on the quick access toolbar here. You just need to make sure that these related required buttons are set up. Or you can go to the main menu, view, resources, or assignments. And let's just go into the resource table now. In the resource table, we don't have any resources set up yet. To create a new resource in Spider Project, you can just press an insert button or go right click on the left column and go new, and create as many resources as you need for your project. So if you go and double click on the resource line, you get into the resource form. And this is where all the key parameters for your resources set up, like resource name and unique code. You can assign a certain type to your resource, set up a quantity, and all the other parameters related to your resource. All these parameters are visible in columns in the resource table. To save our time today, I've prepared some data I'm going to paste into this resource table. And now we have our resources set up. Just a quick note here is that on quantity, where we have two graders in our resource pool, we assume that these two graders, they have exactly the same productivity and cost. And when we have a bulldozer 1 and bulldozer 2, they're two different bulldozers with different productivity and cost, and hence they're two different resources. Activity type allows you to apply some quick filtering on your resources on the same type, basically grouping them, and it makes it easy to find a resource when you've got a very standard list of resources by type. So, and there's some other useful parameters, but for today, I think we've got a good resource list for our example. Let's go back to the activity Gantt view and select an activity drainage layout. Double click on that activity line, and now we got into the activity form. In the activity form, let's go into the resources area. And this is the table where we manage our assignments for that activity. In Spider Project, assignments done through the teams or shifts. By default, we have team number 1 in Spider Project, and we're going to leave that team for 1. In Spider Project, you can assign a resource from the resource table we've just created. Also, you can assign multi-resources or crews. You can assign resource skills or teams. We're not going to cover these elements in today's video. They're a bit more advanced features. So for simplicity, let's just go into the resource table. Now you have access to the resource table that we've just created. And we are going to pick some resources from the table and assign those resources to our activity. Now you can see the assignment is visible in the activity Gantt table. I'm going to pick some more resources from here. I'll select a grader, and if I press the control key, I can also select a machinist and a scraper and the worker as well. And as I mentioned before, this is where you can select a certain type of resources, and if we would have a very long extended list of resources, that filter would be very useful. So for now, let's just click OK, and all the resources that we've selected, they are all now assigned to our activity drainage layout. And the assignments are visible in the activity table as well as on the Gantt chart. You can hide those assignments if you press this button next to the activity line, or alternatively, you can use the buttons in the main menu. You can hide the assignments or bring them back to the view. Assignments could also be visible in Spider Project in a column. Let's bring that column to the view. Just right-click on the table header, go Show Columns, and bring into the view field called Assigned Resources. So now all the assigned resources are also visible in the column. There's another special view that is called a Resource Gantt. If we go to the main menu, View, Diagrams, this is where you have access to the Activity Gantt as well. The view that we are interested in today is the Resource Gantt. The Resource Gantt focuses on the resources and assignments, and you can visualize them on the timeline. Let's click Simple Scheduling button, and now we can see that all the resource engagements are visible on the timeline and the period that these resources are assigned to the tasks. So today we have covered some basic areas for resource management. There's much more in Spider Project for resource management and optimization, but hopefully you enjoyed the video today, and thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye-bye.